Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'll say thank you very much. Here I'll explain my paper about e-learning in teaching pre-intermediate grammar. Before we start my explanation, let me introduce first. I am MARIYASTKIPPGRIBKL from MARIYASTKIPPGRIBKL. Okay, really my topic here I'll tell my reason why I choose this topic. For the first, because of teaching learning in COVID-19 pandemic requires us as teacher to be more creative. And then the second, media is one of the important thing in teaching, and with media it's to make or encourage student motivation. And then the last, e-learning is teaching learning process using electronic component like local area network, with area network or internet to transfer their knowledge, interaction and communication to their student. It's from Kumar in Sudarso. Okay, research method. Here I use qualitative method with case study approach. And then to collect the data, I use observation and interview. And then to analyze the data, I analyze the data from Miles and Huberman state that there are three activities in analyzing the data. They are data reduction, data display, and then conclusion drawing or verification. Okay, next here, finding. When I use e-learning in teaching pre-intermediate grammar, here I use e-learning application itself. In e-learning application, I'll ask my student to join the e-learning. But when sometime e-learning application for the first is need a big data or and then because of my student, it's rare student join the application, I change the application to the Google application. Google application that I use here, Google Classroom and Google Meet. Google Classroom I use for my student assessment and also to share the material. Also I use Google Classroom, or I give some quiz maybe I also in Google Classroom. Why I choose Google Classroom? Because of when I give my student assessment, I can put the date or the day when they have to collect it. And then Google Meet, I use Google Meet when I need to meet my student directly, like give some explanation or everything. And then the last, I use WhatsApp here more effective, I think, because of all of my student, almost all of student use WhatsApp. And then in WhatsApp here I make discussion session with using typing, using typing or voice note. When I type something and my student didn't understand, so I use voice note here. Okay, here the student respond using e-learning in teaching pre-intermediate grammar. I got my student respond related using e-learning teaching pre-intermediate grammar from their interview. I found that they answer that they have enjoyed to join the teaching learning process, but they faced the problem. The problem is the signal kata. They say that because of almost my student from village, so they difficult to get the signal. And then discussion based the explanation of using e-learning in teaching pre-intermediate grammar above. I find that the application of teaching have there are some characteristic the same characteristic from Liao and Huang in are Corful and Abaidu 2014. Here I found the same characteristic. There are three same characteristics that I use here. For the first, e-learning system support collaborative communication, not just typing, but also voice note. And then second, e-learning support network for accessing information. It needs network. And then the last, e-learning allow for the system to be implemented freely or various kind of computer operating system. Okay, now conclusion. E-learning is media that I use in teaching pre-intermediate grammar. It makes students able to study anytime and anywhere. With e-learning, my students exactly they can open the material, although they are difficult to get the signal, but they still can open the material, and then they also can join the Google Classroom. And then here I use three characteristics also, as I have told before. There are some characteristics have similarity characteristic from Liao and Huang in Arcorfo and Abaidu 2014. And then the student respond got from the interview the interesting and enjoying the teaching learning process, but they also face the problem, as I have told, that because of they stay at the village, so they are difficult to get the signal. It make some of my students make it as reason to didn't join the class. But I hope for the next we as teacher have to solve the problem, and then we have to find any alternative media. Okay, thank you very much. See you next in other program maybe. Thank you very much. See you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.